Quick disclaimer, Learn from Mac is an independent educational project. We are not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by Apple, or any vendor or product covered in this course. Hey, welcome back to Learn from Mac. I'm Dennis, and today is day 21, the week 3 review. No new concepts today. We're building a complete 2-node HA pair from a blank slate, full application config, mirroring, and a live failover test with 0 dropped connections. Let's get into it. The goal, stated plainly, build a production-ready 2-node R4600 HA pair from scratch, device trust, traffic groups, a full application, config with iRules and health monitors, and verify graceful failover with 0 dropped connections under live load. Here's what you need. 2 R4600s on the same code version, a dedicated sync and failover VLAN between them, 4 self-IPs planned, floating and non-floating per node, and a load generation tool to keep connections alive during the actual failover test. 2 quick reminders before we assemble everything. You've built every piece of this already this month. Device trust and a device group have to exist before anything else works. Cryptographic trust first, then the container that defines who's active and who shares config. And a traffic group is what actually moves during failover, floating self-IPs and virtual servers together as one unit, not independently. All right, 3 labs, and together they're one complete deployment. First host names, NTP, self-IPs, device trust, and the sync failover device group. The HA skeleton, EI skeleton. Then a full application on top of it, health monitor, pool, cookie persistence, an iRule with a maintenance mode redirect, SSL, and a virtual server with mirroring enabled. Then the real test, a sustained curl loop running through the entire failover and failback cycle, watching for a single dropped request. Let's get into it. Lab 1, hostname NTP and the HA VLAN with its floating and non-floating self-IPs. Establish device trust with the peer. Create the sync failover device group. Save and push the first sync. Lab 2, a health monitor, 3 nodes, and a pool on lease connections. Cookie persistence and an iRule that tags requests and redirects to maintenance if the pool ever empties out. The client SSL profile and the virtual server that brings all of it together with mirroring enabled. Save, sync, and confirm. Lab 3, start a sustained request loop from a real client. This runs through the entire failover test. Confirm HA is healthy, then trigger graceful failover. Back on the client, watch the loop the entire time it happens. On the new active unit, confirm it owns the floating IPs and the config is in sync. And that's a complete production-ready HA pair, built and proven under live load. There are self-check questions on the lesson page worth sitting with. What actually proves 0 downtime, especially since a green status field and a sustained request loop with 0 failures are very different levels of proof. Take a minute with those. Quick recap before we go. Build order matters. HA skeleton first, application config on top, never the other way around. Mirroring, persistence, and health monitoring have to work together for a failover to be genuinely invisible to clients. The real test is a sustained request loop through the actual failover event, not a status check before or after it. And this reference architecture, HA skeleton plus a mirrored, persistent, monitored application, is the pattern for every production F5 deployment you build from here forward. All right, that's day 21 in the books and week 3 done. A complete HA pair, a full application, and a verified 0 drop failover. That's production grade infrastructure now, not a lab exercise. If this was useful, hit subscribe. You won't miss a single lesson. Next up is day 22, TMSH, BIG-IP CLI mastery. See you there.